Hi, this is Bonnie, and today I'm going to be using a stencil from Fairy Hugs. It's called Fairy Snowflakes, and I'm going to be using two new releases. One is the Jolly Santas, and the other is Special Delivery Sentiment. And this is what I'm going to create. This is an 8x8 sheet of paper. I'm going to be turning them into gift boxes so that I can make a tag with the stamps. So I'm going to go ahead and get started now. As you can see, I'm going to put this up just a little bit. This is a 6x6 stencil, and so obviously this is an 8x8 piece of paper. So what I want to do is, I know that I can go ahead and put this first one on just the way it is. And you see I've got ink all over it because I already made that other one I just showed you. And so then what I do is I kind of put it all over this randomly around the edges of what I didn't do. So I'm starting out with tumbled glass, and I'm doing that in the center of all of these snowflakes. Now I am avoiding the snowflakes that are on the edge here, and I'm avoiding the ones that are only half on this side. Just so that it has a continuous look throughout. Now I can do the ones here on this edge, no problem, because that's the edge of the paper. But like I said, I'm just kind of like trying to pay attention. Actually, it's easier to do it the first time when I don't have all this ink already on here, because I know where I've been. So that's a tip for you right now. I should have probably cleaned it off, but I wanted to get this video done. So I didn't clean it off and dry it up. So I'm doing the light in the center. It doesn't have to be this way. And not only that, but the ink that's on your stencil will always pull into what you're doing. Sometimes you can use that to your advantage. I have made paper that looks like it is, I want to say a background light, like a shadow, using the ink that's on. I don't think I moved that too much. I did. So we'll get that back into, okay. Sometimes they move, and it's not gonna matter for this because it's just gonna be random. So then the other ink I'm gonna use a little bit darker is Broken China, just to give it a little bit of light and dark. It's not really ombre because I don't have very many colors, but I don't know if you can say it's ombre if it's just two, to be honest with you. So basically this is all I do. It is not anything that has to be a perfection thing, other than the fact, like I said, just keep your eye, because it's not an 8x8 on the ones that are on this edge. And you can always add to the spaces anyway if you want to, even lighter. And even if you do put a little bit of on, it really doesn't matter. All right, so that should be, I think I need a little bit more over here. I always take a peek. A little bit, yeah, I think that's good. All right, so that's what we have. And that's what I'm saying. So now all I gotta do is kind of like figure out where you want this. And you can see I did blur a little bit, but it looks fine. For what I'm gonna do, it's gonna be great. So again, I can bring this down here and just make sure I don't get these ones that are overlapping. I'm still in the dark one, but we'll go ahead and do it that way. You can do it either way, quite frankly. I'm doing the dark on the edges and the light in the middle. And I'm not gonna do these on this edge this time because there's only part of a snowflake there. And I'm not doing the ones on the edges up there. But because these overlap over here, it doesn't matter. It all works. Now, yes, this takes a little bit of time to make your own backgrounds like this. Here's a hint for you. If you don't want to make several of these, you can actually, whoops, I need to do the other ink. I'm talking and forgetting. you can actually make this and scan it, and then you'll have your own paper. You can do it, and then just print it off. I've even just actually taken a picture of making paper like this for myself, and use that too. Is to you just put it in your program and print it off, whatever program you use to print your images off. Okay, so that should be good. Okay, so like see down here, I want to say that that's a little bit lacking. So all I have to do, it can overlap, it doesn't matter. I'm going to use a lighter and just add that to it. And there you go, you've got that bottom half done. Pretty cool. And again, we can come this way if we want to, or we can just line this up here, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Avoid using those ones that are only just like this one. I'm not going to use this one, but I can use this one. And right now I'm using the lighter, so I'm going in the center. It really doesn't take that long. I think so far we've got like, I've been doing this for about 6 minutes. Not that bad. For making a little present for somebody, it's not that bad. All right, see what I've missed. I'm not doing that one. Okay. I'm getting the dark out and doing my edges. I should have left this up on the paper better, and I did not. But no problem, I can just clean that off. Now, to make my boxes, I have a second here. Make sure I get that. I have a machine. If you remember, they used to make, I think it's We Are, I think that's what it's called. I have to look. Anyway, it's a machine, like there was an envelope machine that was made some time ago. Well, they also made one that made boxes. And so I'm using that. But I know that online there are many templates, paper templates. And obviously there's a lot of, well, this is supposed to be the center. And there's a lot of, what do I want to say, dies, SVGs to make your own boxes. So I know it's not going to be hard. You just have to make the right size paper. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to do a tag. And again, the tag I'm using is, I'll show you that too, is from, oops, don't want that, is from Studio Light, and it's been retired. So I was going to make another suggestion for you. Okay, so I think right here is something I'm going to want to put another snowflake. So I'm just going to put that one in the center. And just do that. I think we're good. Here we go. So that's going to work. And that's all you need is your paper for that background. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the, these are the dies that I have. And again, these are from Studio Light, but they have been retired as far as I know. And there's another company that's called Sentimentally Yours that has just released similar dies. And so you might want to look into that. I know that he's based in the UK, but United Kingdom, but there's other places that also carry him as well. So you can buy, like I said, from him in the United Kingdom, and his shop is called, even though it's Sentimentally Yours, it's called HoneyPot Crafts. So I'll put that information down below in case you want to get a die similar to this. And I'll put the information about this die, which I'm pretty sure is retired. So the next thing we're going to work on are our tags. And I need it to get my stamping platform, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this particular die, I think I showed that to you a second, but I didn't explain it. So it has an outside and an inside. You can actually just use this one if you wanted to, or you can put this inside. And I'm going to do the inside, and that's what I'm stamping on, and I'm saving the outside for to mat it. So the Santa I'm using is this one right here. And I had a reason, but you could use all of these on the tag. They all fit and would look great for, I'm gonna put that up just a little bit so I don't hit it. They would look great for a, if you wanna make tags. There's 5 of them. You get them done quite quickly. And so that's gonna be him. And then, like I said, I'm also going to be using the special delivery sentiment. And that happens to have a to and from, or I could just say for you, but you still want to put, might want to put a name. Let's see if that works. Yep, he looks super. I love the vintage look of these Santas. They're really super cute. So I'm going to go ahead and get the to and from. And that's going to go up at the top. I haven't used these yet. And yeah, I could have made a larger tag. Now this is gonna stick. I could have made a larger tag, but the size of my boxes, it was gonna be too big, so I'm going with this size. But I need to leave enough room here to write names. Okay. Trying to get the sticky off so it doesn't stick to my fingers. All right, that should work. Unless there's a huge name. Okay. And I am using VersaFine Clear Nocturne. So this is really rather a quick project, but if you do a lot of them at one time, it will go really fast. Just keep this on and you'll be able to do it. So that looks really good, just like that. But what I decided to do, I'm going to give that in the background a little bit of color. I'm going to move these off. And I'll show you what we're going to do for that. So just move this out of the way. And we're going to stick with the snowflake, our snowflake stencil. And we're going to do that for both of these. And the same colors. I want to show you what I meant about using the ink that's on here that you don't take off. I'm going to do it on the back one just to show you what I'm talking about. So you can just do this, and what you do is you just pull it off, and it usually will show up. Because you see there's enough ink on here left to actually go behind to still make a tag. I usually, just like I said, I just try to use up the ink. Let's take a peek. Yeah, look, it works. So I'm not going to see much of that, but that still works. So then for him, I just decided I don't want to get my fingers too much on that. I think this one will work. I want to have that little snowflake right there by his hand. I think that'll work. Yep, and I think I can do some of these up here, although that's where we're going to write names. So maybe I'll just bring this over here. Although I could really have color up there, it's not going to matter. But I'm just reusing the ink I've already got in here from what I did with the background. And that really kind of works. Just have to know where to set some of this on. And as it turns out, if you don't have enough ink, all you do is you just use the ink actually. I think I am going to put some up here. I think that works. Actually, I think I could probably do more. I'm just having fun. Let's find the small ones. I know I have some small. There we go. And I already put a little bit of a dot. That works. And one more. There we go. So that's going to be our tag. And then we need to put together the box so I can show you how it all will work together. I'll get the box together for you. I thought I'd go ahead and make a video of the, I don't want to know what you call it, I'm going to call it machine, it's not a machine, what I used to make my boxes. It is We Are memory keepers. It's called gift box punch board. That's what I want to call it. I wanted to show you the punch board. Now you have to pull this piece out. I was going to extend your line. And then what you do, just like when you made envelopes, if you had an envelope one, down here it tells you what your box size is going to be. And in this case, I wanted to go more with what I could make my paper into. And so I went with an 8 by 8. And so then what it tells you to do, it tells you what size it's going to be. And I think that's right, that's where I went. 8 by 8, because I did 2 8 by 8s. All right, so they have a start line. And what the start line is this down here. At the bottom, it says start line. And so what you do is you look down at that. So right here, I've got 8 by 8, and it says my start line should be a large. So what I'm going to do is I slide that in there, so that goes right where that large is. Now, I'm not seeing what I'm supposed to do next. So I'm lifting it up, and it says, for this one, I'm supposed to hit small. So I have it on the start line of large, and then I do the diagonal line of small. And this machine, or whatever, platform, whatever, punch board, comes with a tool to do your scoring. So I do the small, and it stops at that line across there that makes your score line. And then you come over here to the side, and this is your large, and you go down, and then you go across. And that's how you start making your box. And this is going to be a different size box. I'm making 2 different ones. And you punch it. Whoa, I didn't mean to make so much noise. And then basically you rotate it. Again, you line that up to the large. And again, you're going to be doing your small. And I'll explain to you what these lines really are for, and they'll make a lot more sense to you when I go to fold it. And again, like I said, there's other templates where you can just make your own boxes. And now for here, there's not a line to go across, right? But I do have to punch. And then I rotate that again. And I'm coming over here to the large. And doing the small. Right? And then coming across here. And I'm going to be coming across here. I think I might have missed that one. I might have to go back. All right. Let me go back. I think I did that right. Yeah, there was a line already there. So rotate it one more time. And I'm on the large and the small. And I'm going to come down here. I'm going to go across. Right, and then I'm going to come down this way, and I'm going to punch. All right, so then what they want you to do is flip it over and do the same thing, but I've got all my score lines because it's going to be, I think I do. So, and you can always double check, but I need to punch. So, rotate that again, line it up with the large and the small, and punch. And I'm going to be doing that again, just like that. So now if you can see this, I don't know if you can see these lines. Let me see if I can do it. There we go. You can see the size of my box is going to be like this. So it's going to be, the sides are going to be shorter. And these lines right here are going to help me crease. I can see I missed a punch. Okay, so now we've got what I need to make the box. I'm going to go ahead and flip that over. There's one other thing on this tool that's really cool that will keep your box together if you want to keep it together, and I think you probably will. So you go on the other opposite side, and you line this up so that it goes inside and it's snug up against, and you push the button again. And what it gives you is this little thing that will attach all the corners together. And I'll show you that too. This is actually really fun. I am not sure if they still make this machine or punch board. But if you've got it and always wondered what to do with it and how to really make it work, here you go. And it works really good for your stamping and everything. So now we have everything we need for this size box. I'm only going to show you how to do this one. So obviously you crease all of you fold all the creases in, right? And you can kind of see how this box is going to go together. I'm going to do all my flaps. Now the only ones I haven't done are these ones that are on the diagonal, and I'll show you why. They're really the last ones to do. Okay, so they actually come into the box. You can see that? They actually bend into the box. That's what you want it to do, is to bend into the box, just like that. I'll show you other times going around. As long as I've got that folded right, it will do that for me. And then you can kind of like press it to make it so that it stays together. And one more. It makes a really cute box, but like I said, you might already have a template. You can do it, but this still shows you how to make your paper. So then for when you're going to put your box together, those little notches I showed you about, just come together like that, and like that. And you have your box. I also would probably suggest, maybe, it depends on the type of cardstock you use in terms of the strength. So that's your little box. I'm going to make one more, and it's going to be a square. This one's more like the rectangle. I'm going to make a square to go on top, and I'll be back. Okay, so we're going to finish off the tag, and what I did was I put double-sided foam tape on the back of this tag. Although it can be glued down straight, straight away. You don't need to do this. And then you're going to line that up. Because the way this particular die works is you also die cut one of these rings to go at the top, reinforcers. Get my glue to come out a second. Okay. And that just goes up there at the top. It's just a reinforcer. And you could have done, I could have done that in blue too if I wanted to. Then I also got out some, I don't know what you call this, but it's a thread. It's not embossing, it's more of a needlepoint type thread. And I'm using that for my tie. And just gonna string that through. Actually, I don't know. I think I'm going to, I think this is okay. We'll think about it. All right, so now I've got my tag all ready. And I wanted to show you my boxes. I'll put this up just a little bit so you can see. Get my stuff out of the way. So these are my boxes and what they look like on top of each other. And I just tied them together with ribbon. And then this tag will be able to go on. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it this way, but we'll see. I would put a bow up here at the top. I just put it together really quickly. And I would probably just string that through. But there's a good chance I'm gonna have to retie this because the tag won't fit through that. Yeah, well, I suppose if I bent it, it would. Normally I wouldn't do that, but just because I wanna get it done, I'm gonna show you, you can. Okay. Okay, and then that would just, be put in there, and that would hang to the side, and you would have a really nice bow on top, I think. The other thing I was going to do too really quickly, I didn't do it, I should have first, is give Santa a little bit of color on his face. Although he definitely looks vintage. He'd probably look cute with little pink cheeks too, but I didn't pull that out. So could add more color, could even put glitter on here, would be really pretty. You could put more things, but anyway, I just wanted to show you that you can make your own little tags with the new release, and the to and from works really great, and also any of the stencils we have in Fairy Hugs works great as well. So I want to thank you for stopping by. I hope that inspired you to see what you can do. Remember, there's a total of 5 of those Santas on there, really super cute. So thanks again. I'll put the information below in the description.